The daunting injury report is here for week 2. I'm Jason Gilbo at Fantasy Football Cafe. Starting with the worst news of the weekend, Dez Bryant going to be out a minimum of 6 weeks, but speculation has been very cloudy on when he'll actually return. You could see him returning in week 8 here, but you could also be seeing him work week 10, week 12. I mean, it's all going to be speculated on how he returns and how he recovers there. But we're going to cross that road when it comes. In the meantime, look at Terrence Williams as your big-time fantasy option moving forward. But also Cole Beasley, Lance Dunbar are some sneakier ads to get some increase in targets there. Staying in the NFC East, Deshaun Jackson expected to miss 3 to 4 weeks with a hamstring. A tricky injury and kind of the key for his success for Jackson there because he's going to need that burst, being the home run threat that he is. So it's going to be something to even keep an eye on after he returns. Jordan Reed, Pierre Garcon, both going to see an increase in targets in a pretty lackluster passing game already. But you know what? You're going to look at some high volume guys there in those two, so they should get some looks and produce some points. Andre Ellington rushed very well with the 5.8 yards per carry in week 1. Cardinals offense looked very efficient. Now comes Johnson & Johnson with Chris Johnson and David Johnson. Unfortunately, this is a situation I'm not too sure about. I think Chris Johnson's going to get some looks, but I also think David Johnson's going to sneak in and get some as well. But, it's going to be a high passing attack from the Cardinals. So as far as the running game goes, I really like David Johnson as the guy to really emerge, being the guy they drafted, being an Ellington-style running back. Johnson, he's been frustrating the last couple of years, so they're going to rely on the passing game, but I think David Johnson's going to be the one who really sneaks through and earns some time. Game time decisions, always fun, and this one's even on Monday night. T.Y. Hilton, bruised knee, doesn't sound like too much, but it kept him out of the second half for the Colts, and he hasn't practiced. I think he could actually end up playing, but that's something that's going to be a very risky start moving forward, just due to keeping Andre Johnson in, Dante Moncrief there. I mean, it's going to be a tough one to dissect. So hopefully we get some news early in the morning on Sunday, but I doubt it. That's going to be one of those things that pops up Sunday, so I'm not really taking the risk there, looking elsewhere. Should be an increase in targets for the tight ends, Andre Johnson, but if he's shadowed by Revis, tough luck with them there. Sam Bradford went in for that mystery x-ray, but he was fine, said he wasn't even injured, said he wasn't even hurt or anything. My guess is they're just going to, put Bradford through a big x-ray machine every game, just with his history, but everything was good there, so no news to report from the Eagles. Staying from that game, though, Julio Jones surprisingly showed up as questionable earlier in the week with the hamstring issue, but shrugging it off, should be no big deal. Going to light it up again against the New York Giants this week, so keep an eye on the stud wideout because hamstring injuries are not fun, but he should be locked and loaded. And staying with wide receivers, Mike Evans, back at practice, ready to start against Sunday against the Saints. You got to like that matchup there, showing with what the Cardinals just did to that secondary. Still not completely healthy back there, so could be a big day for Mike Evans. C.J. Spiller, limited in practice, but likely to play in week 2. Got back in action a lot yesterday. Still keep an eye on him just given his history, but this is going to knock Mark Ingram down a little bit, who you really saw him do well in the passing game against the Cardinals. Really had a nice game there. But Spiller's going to hack into that a little bit. And the Rams running backs all practice in full this week. Trey Mason, Todd Gurley, but Gurley is expected to sit this week. You're likely going to see him in week 3, so that's good news for the Rams and Gurley owners. Should be fun to watch. LaShawn McCoy popped up on the practice hamstring issue here. Bills were a little mum on the situation, but today he was going through practice just fine, running routes, doing all that good stuff. But still, like I said, these hamstring issues always tend to flare up. You pop one out, and then all of a sudden you're on the exercise bike for the rest of the game. But keep close tabs on him, but he should be okay to go. Another running back here, Arian Foster, could be back next weekend. He returned to practice this week, which is just astounding. We were possibly looking at week 6, but now we're looking at a week 3 return. So that's pretty good news there. And not that you should have him in your lineups, but Derek Carr going to play after being dinged up Um, you know, this bodes well for actually Amari Cooper more than anyone who has Carr, but going to be a tough matchup against the Ravens. So, staying with the quarterbacks and bad quarterbacks, Johnny Manziel drawing the start this weekend for the Browns. So if you like that Titans offense again or defense again, he's going to get Money Manziel there. So have fun, Titans D. So a pretty active injury report already, but things could always be worse. So we're looking ahead. Good luck in week 2.